Oh, Jaren.
Huh? Where am I again?
Awake again. What? Awake again, you whore.
Ah! Uh, um... Who are you, sir?
It would seem your memories have not fully recovered. Allow me to remind you how you got here, then.
Ah! No, wait. It's right on the tip of my brain. Let's see. I was at the brothel, and then I was invited to the Lord's place. I got brought to a big city. Then I was taken to the Lord's castle. The Lord called me into his room. And then you strangled me.
Indeed. Your memory has returned without problem.
I'm super duper good at remembering things. Wait. Why did you strangle me?
To test my theory.
Your theory of what?
That you're mad.
Mad? About what?
Not that kind of mad. First of all, I never bring just one whore to my quarters. I brought you here because you piqued my personal curiosity.
You mean you're having orgies in here every day? Wowzers, you've got some serious stamina.
Not being alone with one person reduces the chances of an assassination attempt.
Ah, that makes sense. It's pretty tough being the Lord, huh? So, what are you so curious about little old me for?
The other day, you and a handful of other whores attended the torturing of a slave, if you recall. I made you all watch as he died, but you didn't seem affected in the slightest.
Ah! Crap, I'm sorry.
For what?
I wasn't sad enough, was I? The nice farm lady and the girl at the brothel taught me how to be sad and how to be angry. But if I'm not careful, I forget. I'm sorry for not being sad like I was supposed to.
As I said, you piqued my interest. Had you sobbed and screamed like any other whore, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
What? So me not being sad wasn't bad?
That it wasn't.
Huh? No one's ever said that to me before.
I always thought you unusual, but I couldn't be certain about what you were without getting more personal. Which is why I brought you here to test that theory. You don't fear death, do you, whore?
It's not just death. I've never felt sad or scared about anything, ever. I didn't even know sad or scared of things as people felt at all until someone told me. But now I know all about them and how you're supposed to act when you feel them. I just don't know what they actually are.
Truly fascinating. Tell me more.
Huh? Oh, what do you want to know?
Let's see. Tell me your whole life story. Tell me everything, as far back as you remember.
Wow! No one's ever been this interested in me. This is super nice. Alrighty then, I'll tell you everything. Don't hesitate to conk out if you get bored. And ta-da! Here I am. What do you think? As boring as I thought it'd be?
Hardly. That was easily the most engrossing childhood story I have ever heard.
Woohoo!
Smiling as your parents are killed before your eyes. I'm hardly one to talk, but you're one thoroughly heartless girl.
I still wish I could do that over. I really loved my mom and dad, and the nice farm lady taught me you're supposed to be sad when people you love die.
That's why you want a do-over?
What?
You're incapable of experiencing sorrow now. Feigning it for the occasion won't change the fact that you don't actually feel sad about losing them.
I guess you're right. I can pretend, but I still don't know what it feels like. I don't understand why people are so afraid of death to begin with. I mean, pain isn't fun, I get that much. But if you don't let it bother you, it's not that big a deal. Plus, once you die, you get to go to heaven. So I don't get what there is to be so afraid of.
Not everyone goes to heaven.
Oh, that's right. But still, I'm sure there are plenty of fun things to do in hell.
Fascinating. You truly are twisted to your very soul.
Oh, but I do sometimes feel disappointed.
Do tell.
Like, I sometimes wish I could eat my mom's supper again. And I feel left out when everyone's talking about how weird I am. Maybe sad is just like an even stronger version of that.
I get the impression your entire experience of negative emotion is fundamentally distorted, so I don't know if you can say that. Jaren, would you like to remain with me?
What?
Normally I send whores back to where they came from when I'm done with them. But I'm offering you the chance to stay here with me.
Are you sure? Asking for my hand in marriage? What do I do? What do I do? I went from whore to the Lord's wife in 3 seconds flat.
Fool. I would never even take a mere prostitute as a concubine.
Right.
I am, however, fond of you, so I am offering you a place in my house.
So you're saying you actually want me around? Even knowing what kind of person I really am?
You could say that, yes.
Wow, no one's ever actually wanted me before.
As promised, Jaren, you have my full attention for the rest of the day.
Honestly,
Honestly, it shouldn't surprise me anymore how twisted you are. Twisted so far, in fact, you are the most sincere and honest person in the land, to a fault. You hardly even gave that man's life a second thought. The look on your face as he died was magnificent. You were a cruel girl.
I didn't do anything wrong, no matter what you say. I didn't steal anything. I didn't kill anyone. I tried to stay out of everyone's way as much as possible.
So you actually have some concept of right and wrong? Which means you understand that I am a wicked man.
I saw the difference, yes.
Fascinating. However, simply knowing the difference is of no use. If you don't feel repulsion, it's the repulsion it's supposed to elicit. Knowing full well that I was acting maliciously, still you selfishly chose my affection, sentencing that man to death.
That's not what No, I guess you're right. I guess I did let him die for my own selfish desires. Looks like I've still got a lot to learn.
No, you stay exactly the way you are. As I've said before, you don't need to put up a facade around me. Don't act sad if you're not sad. Don't act angry if you're not angry. Don't feign pity for someone you don't care about. Be you.
But everyone says
Your natural self neither disgusts nor disturbs me. In fact, I greatly prefer you that way. No matter how many slaves I kill and torture for my own entertainment, you never leave my side. You happily accept me no matter what I do. I would rather not lose that. Don't stand so far away. Sit down beside me.
aye aye.
I've allowed you to stay here for a month now, and in that time you've been a constant source of entertainment. And you've expressed no desire to leave either, despite being well aware what kind of man I am.
Same goes for you, Matt Barnier. You want me to stay even though I'm such a weirdo?
The difference between you and I, though, is that I kill, and you do not.
You know, I've been wondering,
What?
why do you like killing so much?
It would seem your perception of me is slightly inaccurate. It is not the act of killing I enjoy, but the look of dread and despair on a man's face as his life is ripped away.
There's a difference?
In your mind, perhaps not.
I'd kind of like to know what it's like in your mind then. I told you my story. Maybe you could tell me more about you, Barnier. Not that I blame you if you don't want to tell a prostitute like me.
You're not a prostitute anymore.
I'm not? Then, what am I?
You're my property.
Ooh, that sounds super nice.
So, to answer your question, I was not always the man I am today. I had several brothers, though I was the eldest. As such, I was first in line of succession. There should have been no question as to who was the rightful heir to the house. But my father, the previous lord, wanted my brothers to succeed him instead. Without any reason to pass over me, though, he would have faced significant opposition and put the family's reputation and legitimacy at risk. I was neither infirm nor mentally challenged, but rather extremely talented, which gave my father no leverage to deny me the throne. The one thing I lacked was psychophantery. Seeing people try to butter each other up made me physically sick. It seemed to me the last kind of behavior royalty should be engaging in. I believe that merely possessing leadership ability should be sufficient for ruling effectively. But in this world, only those who can win others' favor make it anywhere. Only those who can make themselves look good and their peers like fools. Those who claim others' achievements as their own, who can appear to have more power than they actually do. My father and brothers forsook me, making an attempt on my life. Because they could not legitimately remove me as the rightful heir, they could only kill me if they wanted their way. I was fortunate enough to survive the attempt, but I still carry the scar today.
You mean the big N on your back?
That's right. You're surprisingly observant. I was in danger of not just losing the lordship, but my life. I was left with 3 choices. To let them kill me, to flee and live in poverty, or to kill them first. I was born to rule, though, so in reality I only ever had one choice. I murdered my father, and all my brothers, leaving me as the only one in the line of succession. But becoming the Lord did not immediately win me everyone's favor. Distant relatives crawled out of the woodwork to claim my throne as rightfully theirs. The people demanded I satisfy their every whim and fancy. And even my attendants tried to push their own agendas. The whole affair quickly grew tiring. Dozens were clamoring for a say in matters I could easily handle myself, so I silenced them. Before long, the prodding voices had become corpses. And it was somewhere around that time that I find myself intrigued by fear. Fear is a wonderful thing, an incredibly effective silencer that spreads like a plague. Sufficient application would preemptively stop everyone from interfering. Fear strips man of all his will. When it became apparent to me that one did not have to be a great leader to rule effectively, all the time I had spent in my younger days working to improve myself felt like an incredible waste. Fear became the centerpiece of my rule, and I continued to employ it. I began to derive great pleasure from the despair it instilled in others. Men trembled at the sight of me. They bowed their heads and abandoned their dignity. They begged me to spare their lives. And what an exquisite sight it was every single time. Enrapturing. You were born into your madness, Jaren, but I was molded into mine.
Huh? That's neat. But Lord Barnier, wouldn't that make me a bad match for you? I'm not scared of you at all.
Man is a curious beast, you see. Once everyone feared me, I then came to seek those who did not.
You sure are hard to please.
Ha! You make it sound like I'm merely a picky child. Though I suppose there is little difference in your eyes. There were a number of others among the nobles who had, like me, strayed from the path. Hardly a surprise, given what life as a noble is like. So I started throwing banquets inviting those who would be interested. These parties were to serve two purposes. The first, obviously, being for my own amusements. The second, to find those with similar tastes and bring them into my circle. I found little success with the latter, however, despite my rather zealous attempts at recruitment, so I no longer waste the effort.
You weren't able to make any friends then?
No, I was not. The other nobles had no interest in getting their own hands dirty. They only wanted to watch, getting their titillation from a safe distance. Not a single one shared the same madness as me. Jaren, you were far better than any of them.
What? Thanks.
What are you squirming about? I thought nothing bothered you.
I am capable of getting flustered, thank you.
There is something deeply wrong with you.
You're the one who decided to throw that curveball, Lord Barnier.
Enough with the formalities already. You're not a whore anymore. You're allowed to use my name.
Huh? That is your name, though.
You don't know your own lord's full name, do you, Jaren?
What?
Answer the question, girl.
I'm sorry.
Allow me to help. I will only say this once, So don't forget it. My name is Jean Francois Barnier, firstborn son and rightful heir of the Barnier family.
Got it memorized. That's a really long name, though. I think I'll call you Franny. That rolls off the tongue nicer.
Heh.
I assume I can take that cryptic chuckle as an okay.
Only if you wish to be hanged. Call me Francos.
Aye.
Jaren. Get up, Jaren.
What?
I swear, you spend every moment you're not otherwise occupied sleeping.
I love sleeping.
I said get up, you feeble-minded Nimrod.
Ow! You didn't have to hit me, yeesh. There are nicer ways to wake a girl up, you know.
Be grateful I only hit you hard enough to wake you. I swear, the church may have to redefine sloth if they ever meet you.
This bed's so comfy, though.
You do realize the blood of dozens of women has seeped into every fiber.
Comfy's still comfy, though.
That wouldn't bother you, would it?
So, what's up, friend boys? You need me for something?
Yes, I have a favor to ask of you.
What? A favor of me? What is it? I'll do anything.
Without even hearing what it is.
It doesn't matter what it is. You say the word and I'll do it, friend boys.
And what if I asked you to take your own life, right here?
Just give me the knife.
I should honestly be more used to this by now.
Why wouldn't I do anything for you, friend boys? I love you. No one's ever cared for me like you before. No one's ever wanted me as much as you. You're happy with me as I am, despite me missing all the most important pieces.
Again, I really shouldn't be so surprised. Fear not, though, I won't be asking you to die today.
How much harder is it gonna be then? I hope you don't want me to kill anyone. It would be my first time and I'm not sure I could pull it off properly.
You're at the bottom of my list of prospective assassins. I doubt you could successfully smother a baby. Although you could probably cause a great deal of death, I imagine.
Huh?
I would like to make you into a mole.
So you want me to dig holes?
In a sense. There's been word of unrest building in the city of late. Money and resources gathered below the table. Murmurings of resistance being organized.
So, a bunch of baddies.
Precisely. I want you to go down to the city and try to find as many baddies as you can, then report back to me. Can you do that?
I can try.
Excellent. A whorehouse would be the best place for you to start gathering information, I think. All I need you to do is deliver reports. Anything more involved would probably cause that empty head of yours to burst.
Aye. I just realized if I go into the city, I won't be able to see you as often, friend boys.
Does that displease you?
A whole lot. Oh, I bet this is what being sad feels like.
In your twisted mind, perhaps so. How about this? I will have a servant act as a regular client of yours. He will pretend to be a well-off merchant. At regular intervals, he will patronize the brothel, requesting your services and bringing you back to his residence. He'll pay well enough that they won't mind if you're gone for a few days, during which time you can come back to the manor and see me. How does that sound?
I love it.
Next, we need to discuss how you present yourself. Although you're free to be yourself in my presence, you will need to put on a suitable act down in the city.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Now I'm getting butterflies.
You spent years doing precisely that before you came here.
But I didn't have you counting on me to do a good job of it back then, Francois.
Allow me to offer you a piece of advice, then.
What?
Freely tell others about the misfortunes of your upbringing.
I don't think I had a bad childhood, though.
You may not, but others will. Your parents murdered as you watched, taken captive by the men who did it. Tell people your story, but don't act overly dejected.
Huh? Why not? Won't people think there's something wrong if I'm not sad?
People will think it's more unusual if you get too dramatic, because it's so far out of line with your regular disposition. Good acting is subtle, not overdone.
Oh.
People will feel great pity for you when they hear of your past, and then they will see your exuberance as a sign you fought and found strength of will to move past your ill fortune. They will be impressed, taken with you. So you needn't exaggerate your performance. Just give it a little bit of flavor. As long as you don't tell anyone those emotions are beyond your grasp, no one will have any reason to suspect otherwise.
Huh. Neato. I'm feeling a lot better about this now.
I expect you won't disappoint me.
Aye, aye, boss. So hey, Francois.
What is it?
What would you do if I, hypothetically speaking, if when I go down into the city, I learn what sadness and fear feel like?
I would kill you, because I would no longer have any interest in you.
Awesome. I'm just glad you didn't say you'd kick me out. Every girl dreams of being killed by the man she loves.
No, they do not. You want me to kill you?
If it comes down to it, I guess. Though, really, I'd rather be with you forever.
Into the room, Jaren, now.
Ow, 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 ow! You're gonna yank my arm off.
I wouldn't have to if you would move.
What?
Listen very carefully. You stay in this room until everything has blown over. Do not open the door for anyone.
But is this what I think it is?
You're only to leave the room if I tell you it's safe, or the manor goes completely silent. And if someone breaks down the door, tell them you're being held captive by the Lord. My predilections are well known among the people. No one will suspect you're lying. I must go now. Farewell, Jared. I rather enjoyed our time together.
Oh, wait, don't go. I've got an idea, Francois. We could escape through that window there. Tie the sheet up into a rope and climb down. Then we can go somewhere far away where nobody will find us.
I do not have that liberty.
Well, why not?
Because I am the lord of this land. I was born to be the Lord. I murdered my own family to keep my claim to this title, and I will not abandon it until my final breath. I was a fool and a tyrant, neither a great leader nor a great man, but still, I bear the responsibility of my role. Fleeing is not an option.
I never thought you were a tyrant.
The rest of my lordship would disagree with you. I used fear as a weapon of control, murdering slaves for fun and prioritizing my own desires over the needs and lives of my people. Do you have a better word for what I am? Whereas you grasp the difference between good and evil, but lack the requisite emotions to give those concepts meaning. I knowingly choose to stray from the path of righteousness.
Didn't you say you could run things just fine with fear? That was very effective?
Indeed, you can run things exceedingly well with fear, though I never said you could do so forever. I first saw signs that people were turning against me 3 years ago, but I did what I could to crush the seeds of revolt before they grew. It would seem I missed a few.
If you knew this was coming, couldn't you have stopped it?
I've traveled so far down the wicked path, it would be nigh impossible for me to find my way back into the light. Which means all I could do is continue on and see what awaited me at the end. I could never play the benevolent ruler, though. Those people are inscrutable to me. They all appear to be either ravenous beasts or feeble-minded swine. Were I able to have any love for my own people, perhaps things could have turned out differently.
I can't stay in here and wait, Francois. I want to be with...
You will do as I say, girl. What's gotten into you, Jaren? Death is supposed to be meaningless to you. You do not experience sorrow over loss.
But
Should I not come back? Go on smiling? Should I not come back? Go on smiling. Do not think I will simply let them walk in and kill me. I have dozens of skilled guards, and I can handle a sword myself as well. Far better than any mere peasants. They're getting closer. Now remember, you are not to leave this room. Understood? You are my property, and my property does not defy the will of its master.
And what if I do come out?
Jaren, you will not be of any help to me out there. And should you obstruct in any way, I will not hesitate to kill you. You do not have a choice. Is that clear?
Francois?
What? Time is running short.
I love you.
I will always place myself, the Lord Jean Francois Barnier, above anything else in this world. And you seconds.
Wait. Seconds? That's kind of super crazy. Wow, isn't it? Whoa. I'm shaking a bit here. I've never felt this way before. Is this what being scared feels like? Huh? This is a lot worse than I imagined. It hurts real bad, like someone's sitting on my chest. I can hardly even breathe right. But it's kind of really wonderful. No, I can't do this. I can't be away from him.